Ladies and gentlemen, it is a special, spooky edition of Before the Whistle. It is the Halloween edition, and we've cursed a couple teams, right? We've cursed some NFL teams. I'm here, Coach Winston Lee, Coach Ethan Cummings, and Coach Killer Clown from Outer Space.
Really, I'm just a clown because I can't make any correct picks this season.
Welcome to Before the Whistle. We're glad you could join us on this last season finale game of the KHSCA Friday football night season as we look forward to the playoffs. But we have a lot to talk about, so we're going to get started now. We're actually been super efficient tonight. We have a clock. I have a costume. Comment if you know who I am.
We're coming for you.
P.S. I make $80 million, not in real life. I like $8 in real life. All right.
I'm going to say
$80 million.
First off, this is
You getting
Halloween.
paid? I'm not getting paid.
Halloween edition. Am I even getting paid? This is Halloween edition Before the Whistle. Welcome in. Of course, we always like to start thing with our most valuable viewers, but tonight it's the most valuable ghouls and ghosts, baby. Because Halloween.
Ooh.
Am I selling that too much? Ooh.
No, we love Halloween around
All
here.
right, I got to start with my little Care Bears. That's what we're being for Halloween. Of course, Whitney, Lana, Addie.
What Care Bear are you?
I am
Don't lie to look cool.
I have the green. I should have wore it tonight, but I wanted to be this other person. I don't watch the NBA game. We're actually.
It's over anyway. It's good.
It's over
Told you.
anyway. It's actually Friday night. I don't even know if there's NBA on this Friday night.
Ooh, it is Friday night.
Yep, that's right. I am being I assume he's the lucky Care Bear because he's got a 4-leaf clover. Y'all know I had to be green, so it's green. It almost looks Grinchy.
Yeah, it's lucky.
I'm the green.
Well, that's
one.
adorable.
Yeah, thanks.
That's sweet.
I already wore it once. I hate wearing things over again, but I'm about to wear it tomorrow night too, or Friday night and Monday.
This is your best Halloween
And
costume
Tuesday.
yet.
You think so?
Yeah, I think it's good.
I wish I had like his arms. That
What?
would be good. What? All right. What are y'all being for Halloween? You're obviously being a killer clown. That was short lived.
I'm being I'm being the worst at picking upsets, and
You may get one right this week.
I
bud.
doubt it.
What are you being, E? A newborn's father?
Newborn's father. Yeah, I'm not really. I haven't dressed up.
No
for
sleep, man.
Halloween since high school.
Really?
No sleep, man. Oh,
Yeah.
well, that's how you get
Even
your-
if I'd go.
Remember, he's just
to
now
a
got
friend's
kids now.
house for Halloween,
Party
get together.
pooper.
He's just now got kids though.
Poop the party.
It's coming.
That's right. It's coming. Give Dax here like 3 years. You'll be
He was
dressing up.
getting that.
Was he?
He was. He was there. He had his little Cavalier shirt on.
Balling,
Said
crossing
Daddy's
people
number
up.
One fan.
Heck
It was
yeah.
great.
Heck
Players
yeah.
got to meet him tonight, so it was great.
You had Meet the Cavs
We
tonight.
had Meet the Cavs. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why I'm always drinking.
I was gonna say you were dressed like that last week.
Do you guys got any? Do you have any most valuable ghouls and ghosts before we run?
My ghouls and ghosts, Clay and Gabby, they're awesome, biggest supporters.
Who you got?
I'm just shocked that he has somebody to say without having to think this week.
You know, I thought about it and I was like, I think I already played that card. I think it's good. I better actually shout them out.
No, my wonderful wife, Michaela, my baby Dax, mom, mama, everybody who watches, I appreciate you guys.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, we've gotten good reception since we've started this live from the haunted bicycle garage, is what we're calling it tonight.
haunted?
Yeah, it's very haunted. I've had a couple buddies sleep out here. I think I actually slept out here one night.
Doghouse.
Yeah, this is a doghouse. It's haunted. But yeah, so hopefully, fingers crossed, this is something that you'll see. You'll see the haunted doghouse / bicycle garage more often in weeks to come. But we're still rolling on with the Friday football edition for now. All right, which takes us. Actually, we're gonna not go to the NFL just yet, as we've highlighted the little round ball in the week before in the holiday of October 15th. Of course, for us here in the haunted studio tonight, the NBA season is upon us. We've got it actually going in the background here on the TV. I'm hoping to see LeBron and Joker combined for 50 plus. But your favorite candy in the bag, who you got for this NBA season? I'm not going to give you a whole lot of time to talk about it, but who? One team, one candy in the bag that you are reaching for before any other trick-or-treat candy.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I know,
Who
I
you
know.
got?
I'm taking the Lakers,
No.
LA. And I'm not going to bet
Oh.
against LeBron James. I'm going to make
Shock.
this short and sweet. LeBron's the all-time leading scorer.
He's so
He's a
great
leader
in
on
the
the
finals.
floor. He's been in almost 15. I think is it 15, 14?
What's his record?
Maybe
again?
13.
I don't know.
It don't matter. He's got to that many. I mean, and sometimes the supporting cast ain't been the best, but he's the greatest player of all time, and it's hard to bet against him. I won't do it, but I think LeBron's a goat. So.
Nuggets are. I mean, Nuggets. I don't. I think Joker's. I think he's insane. I think he does whatever he wants all the time.
Speaking of it.
And,
On cue.
I think he does whatever he wants all the time, and I just think it happens again.
I think Joker is like, not that he's the greatest player ever, but I think it goes without saying that he is. And I told this to my players tonight. I'm like, if you want to see the most efficient player, right? Not the quickest, not the most athletic, not the, not the greatest scorer, not the greatest rebounder, surely not the greatest defender. But if you just want to see the most efficient human, right, play the game of basketball, making every step count,
And he don't even like it.
go watch Jokic. He don't even like
He
it.
don't even like it. He's
They
like
get-
the when they would like the parade. It was
Yeah.
like there's a parade. He was like, "Oh, there's a parade." He was like,
I gotta
just
go
want
to
to go
that."
home and see my horses. Why
Yeah.
go to a parade?
I actually saw him tonight. They gave out the ring ceremony. I don't want to give away what time period we're recording this from, but they gave out the rings, and I actually saw him smile and was happy. I didn't see
Not
him.
around his horses.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
actually happy tonight. So anyway, I like your picks. I'm gonna make my pick. I am going to step out here, and I know we give the West like all the love and credit, but I'm going to say that the Celtics get over the hump in the East, over the Bucks and over the Heat and over some of these Eastern contenders, and that they have enough firepower with Brown, Holiday, Tatum, to get over the hump. Now, they really will miss Marcus Smart, and I love Marcus Smart. He's an absolute dog, and I can't wait to watch him play for the Grizzlies. But my pick, just kind of outside, since I don't want to be like generic and go with any, I love the Nuggets. I love the Lakers. I'm a huge LeBron fan, but I'm going to pick the C's. Is that cool?
Yeah, I think it's a good call.
Plus, I'm the lucky Care Bear. Like, I already have a
to.
costume. Yeah.
You have to. And if they don't, you gotta blow it up.
Yeah.
If they don't make it, you gotta just blow it up.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, exactly. I can blow it up. If you pick the Nuggets and they don't make it,
They're not gonna blow it up. They'll be back like the next 5 years.
You're right. All right, professional sports. We're moving on. We're going to move through professional sports quickly tonight as we want to highlight this last week of the KHSA season. So we're moving on to the 2-minute, 5-minute drill in which we highlight the NFL. Here's a game we're going to play. This is Halloween. It's Halloween fun. All right, we're playing trick or treat. I give you the NFL team. You tell me whether they are a treat, as in they are actually good, or if they are a trick, as in they're going to fall short and they've maybe lived up too much to expectation and they're only going to fall from here. Okay, we ready? Trick or treat. First team on the board, and I guess you could probably predict this one was coming after me and Dusty built them up like all week.
Our bad.
last week. Our bad. We
Our
cursed
bad.
them. But our first team is San Francisco 49ers. Ethan, go.
It's a trick. I didn't like the 49ers 2 weeks ago when they were undefeated. I still don't like them now. I think they're mediocre. I think they're in a bad conference, and they've got a weak schedule, and teams are starting to find their weaknesses and show it. So I think they're a trick.
49ers.
I think they'll figure it out. I think everybody sucks this year. I think they'll figure it out.
Isn't it crazy? Like, I feel like we were talking about the Niners, the Eagles. We were talking about potentially the Bills. There's one team on here that still stays the same, and there's really only one of those teams, I guess. But I think you can make that argument for our next team and kind of stay in par. Nothing too crazy yet. Our next team. So you guys, you picked trick on the Niners. You picked treat. Our next team is the Philadelphia Eagles, who rocked the old school like Kelly green last week, and I love it. I love it. I wish they would wear them every game. I want a jersey.
It's the Kelly Greens are awesome.
Sick. So Philadelphia Eagles trick or treat, Ethan.
Treat. Yeah, I like Jalen Hurts. I like Nick Sirianni. I think that they figured it out, and I think they win the NFC and are back in
Yeah.
the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a treat. I think they'll be back. They're great.
Yeah, I think so too.
They'll be
I,
good.
I think we're all in agreement
Jalen Hurts
just for
squats
once.
like 1,000 pounds.
Right. Just get up and run the tush push every single play. Like, who cares? So yeah, I say definitely Philadelphia Eagles. It would not shock me in the least if they made it back to the Super Bowl. They also traded for a defensive back this week from the
Yeah,
Titans.
really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Briley.
I'm afraid to say
something like that.
Bryden.
He's good. Yeah.
He's good though. So yeah, Philadelphia Eagles definitely a treat amongst everybody. It's kind of like the Snickers of the group. Are we all Snickers fans?
Snickers almonds. It's a Mars bar.
Whoa.
I'm allergic to nuts, so
Oh, really?
regular Snickers, yeah.
What's your favorite candy bar?
Something without nuts.
Well, here's what's weird, right? I can eat peanuts, but not mixed nuts, so I can eat a regular Snickers,
Ooh, Snickers.
not almond.
Philadelphia Eagles. We're looking at you. All right, next. Very popular team next on the list is the Kansas City Chiefs. We know they lack a little, all-star power maybe in the receiving core, aside from, of course, Kelsey. But Mahomes has made this work. So does anybody figure out the Kansas City Chiefs? Is it a trick or a treat?
They're a treat, and as long as they have Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, and Travis Kelce, they're always going to be a treat because they're always going to figure it out.
Yeah, they're a treat. Andy Reid gets it done. I mean, he's probably going to take over. Like, I mean, I know Bill Belichick just won or just passed Shula for like the most wins. But I think Andy Reid's probably the best coach in the league.
Here's one for you. A little spiciness. I'm going to say trick. I'm going to say somebody in that conference figures them out. We know them and the Bengals have had like round for round here in the past couple years. I'm not totally, and we're going to get to the Buffalo Bills, but I'm not just totally out on some of these other teams that could potentially beat the Chiefs. That I think think about the Chiefs, like you're one rolled ankle away from not being nearly as good, just in my opinion. And Kelsey has
every team
a
is,
little bit, yeah, well, every team, but I think just more, I think about how the Chiefs would struggle without Travis Kelsey. We saw that.
Yeah.
I think they would really struggle. I know
He's
I'm
got
saying he's going to
Swifty
get hurt.
power. He's fine. He's going to live forever now.
Swifty, the what's it called? The Eras Tour. Is that what it's called? Yeah. All right, next on our list, and this one,
Better get that right with 3 girls in the house.
I don't care. The next one is I pride myself on none of my girls being huge Swifties. The Detroit Lions, trick or treat?
Trick. I don't. Man, they got exposed this weekend. The Ravens, they exposed every angle, and they had a good run. But you see mediocre teams do this all the time. They start the season well, and then towards the end, they're back in the lottery of the draft picks for the draft when it comes draft time.
I think it's a trick. I think they're the Lions are the Lions. Unfortunately, they're like our favorite football team.
Mm-hmm.
That's who they're like. They
Definitely.
set the expectations that they're great, and we all believe that they're great because we love their coach. And then they let us down in the way we should have just expected them to, instead of setting our hopes too high. I think Dan Campbell is great, a great leader of men. That only gets you so far.
Right. Like maybe potentially we see that they have reached their ceiling. Yeah. Right. Like there's only so far they can go with Goff and Amon St. Brown, and which I love.
Goff's playing lights out
Hutchinson.
too, right? And people forget he went to a Super Bowl, you know, so
he's a good quarterback. He's a
quarterback.
great quarterback, great possession quarterback. I don't know. I'm gonna say for myself, I think treat. I think the Lions they really were bad Sunday. I'm not so sure that Campbell just scrapes that film and we don't even watch a second of it potentially and just
Bury
say,
the
hey,
tape.
bury the tape and let's go on to the next one for this Sunday. And I think they trudge on. Looking at what they did at the second half of last season, that's still very attainable for them, and I still think they win a playoff game. All right, Dolphins. We got to move through the next few quickly. Dolphins, trick or treat?
Trick, like I said before, I just don't think they're a playoff team. Really great offense, but I don't think their defense can get it done.
Greatest show out of water, Dusty.
fraud.
Yep.
It's a trick. Mikey Daniels will figure it out eventually, but not this year.
Well, I think you got to start looking at, okay, we can score on anybody, but on the defensive side of the ball, that only, offensively, it only gets you so far. And then like we saw last Sunday evening, is that you're one turnover, right? Tua's one turnover the Eagles are just so efficient with the football.
So-
They turned it over once also, right?
I know we're behind, but this type of offense the Dolphins run, they've tried it. Somebody's tried it before with the Eagles,
Yep.
right? What's his name? The Oregon coach.
Um,
That coach at the Eagles, Chip Kelly, right?
Yeah.
And he tried this offense,
Yeah.
and I think Chip Kelly started out like 4-0.
Yep, they did.
because
They had Michael Vick.
because they were running, and they were running like their plays were like that.
Yep.
They were running them, and they were high scoring,
Yeah.
right? But then you play against freaks of nature on defense that
Mm-hmm.
just shut you down.
Well, that's the thing is like I think NFL teams that consistently traditionally win Super Bowls obviously play really sound defensively.
Yeah.
But they have to have a run game. Like even the Chiefs and all that they do
Dolphins'
offensively.
run game is a pass game.
Their offensive run game is the short pass game, right? So it's like I don't know. You still got to have those core things, and I'm not so sold that the Dolphins still have those, despite the fact that they are a high flying offense that can score on anybody at any given time. I gotta think people are going to figure out the cheat route too. Like people are going to figure that out by the season's end on how to stop it. I don't know how you stop it, but somebody out there will figure it out.
Somebody's got
All
it.
right, trick or treat, really quick. Give me one word. Buffalo Bills. Trick or treat.
Trick.
I'm going against you guys on every one of these. I'm going to say this is the one year that the Buffalo Bills struggle in the regular season and figure it out for playoff football if they can just get there at this point. But seasons past, we see them struggle in the playoffs and dominate the regular season. I think it might be the other way around this year. I don't know why I think that. I have no statistical basis for that other than gut feeling. Our last team, Baltimore Ravens.
Treat. I think Baltimore has a really good thing going on. I think Baltimore I think they're in the Super Bowl. I'm not going. Actually, you know what? I think they win the Super Bowl.
They win the Super Bowl.
Bowl.
Lamar gets his ring
Hey, where'd
this
that
year.
clown
So
mask
they
go?
beat the Chiefs.
They beat the Chiefs. They beat the Bills.
They beat the Bills, the
whoever they gotta
Chiefs.
get through, they're beating them, and they will be in the Super Bowl this year. Mark it down.
I think Lamar Jackson gets hurt again, and they don't make
If he
and they
stays
don't win the
healthy, that's
playoffs.
Burring. He stay healthy.
Yeah,
He
but
stays
everybody does this. We do it every year. For the first 10 games, Lamar Jackson plays, and they're really good. And Lamar Jackson gets hurt, and they're like, "Oh crap, we suck now."
We have this argument every week, every show, everything that me and Ethan ever do together that the Baltimore Ravens, I will not pick them until Lamar wins a playoff game. When he wins a playoff game, hey, I'm here, right? All right. Which takes us to what I'm actually here for this Saturday.
Yes.
I'm all in on Cat Talk this week. All right. So hear me out. We've picked our favorite candy. Nobody actually likes candy corn.
Hate it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like it either.
I actually love candy corn, but everybody hates it. And I think it's because of that nasty color orange that mixes with the yellow. Speaking of puke orange from Tennessee. This week, can the Cats get it done against the Vols? And granted, it is in Lexington and the Cats are coming off a bye week. I got a feeling what you're going to say.
It's home, and I think the Cats keep it close. I'm gonna compare it to like the Alabama-Tennessee game. I think they keep it close in the first half, but I just think Tennessee pulls away. Just like look at the quarterbacks. The quarterback is how your quarterback plays is how you're going to perform. Devin Leary is nowhere near the talent that Joe Milton is, and Joe Milton's going to be the
throw
better
from down
quarterback
here.
on Saturday, and I think
Right.
Tennessee gets it done in an easy fashion.
Whoa, easy fashion.
Competitive through the first half, but easy comes second.
Dusty.
Yeah, I got no hope. I have no faith in them.
Really?
Yeah.
No faith in the Cats?
No faith in the Cats.
He does, but he gets let down every week.
Yeah,
so.
it's fine. I don't set my expectations high anymore.
I live for the letdown. Give me the Cats by 90. No, I really think I have this. Again, I have no statistical basis. Actually, I do have a little bit of a statistical basis for this. 2 years ago, when Liam Cohen was the offensive coordinator, we got stuff done, right? Levis was extremely good. We win 10 games. Granted, we had Wan'Dale Robinson, who was like a generational talent that we're seeing now translate to the NFL. We don't have one of those. I love Tavion Robinson. But I think Devin Leary is not 2 years ago Will Levis, obviously. I think Liam Cohen figures out a way to make this work with the pieces that we have. The receiving core is good enough. Leary may not be good enough. Ray Davis is exponentially better than everybody else on the field, in my opinion. So,
Sweet baby Ray.
sweet baby. I think we figure this out. Like we crush the candy corn orange. Nobody eats it. Nobody likes it.
It is tough being a Cats fan. Do you know that?
Go Cats.
I wouldn't know. I'm on the other side of town with, we're 6-1 and in the top.
Well, y'all do the
25.
same thing too, though.
We're the only team in the state that's ranked. And
Oh,
we're,
gosh,
you don't even
keep
put them on the
saying
script for
that.
the show.
I've got it.
We're
It's-
playing Duke. We're
It's
the
on this board.
top two.
Not this board. It's on this board right here. We've got it marked on this board, and we're not taking it off this board. November 25th. I don't know if you can read that at home. It says November 25th. Cats and cards. L's down. C's up.
Louisville does take it to Duke.
We also have a happy Halloween.
Show it to the wrong camera.
All right. Did I show it to the wrong camera? I showed it to the wrong
Show
camera.
it to both of them.
Yeah, we'll show it to both of you. November 25th. All right. I'm going to say the Cats get it done, despite the haters and non-believers. It's the Halloween season. All right. We are actually going to take a quick break.
When it comes to your family's health care, making the right connection is easy with just a call, click, or visit to one of Mountain Comprehensive Health Corporation's clinics serving Eastern Kentucky and Southwest Virginia. Our providers cover the full spectrum of medicine for the whole family, as well as specialty and support services such as pulmonary, optometry, dentistry, and podiatry, plus on-site labs, x-rays, nutritionist, and more. Call today for an appointment or telehealth visit. Now accepting Virginia Medicaid. Mountain Comprehensive Health Corporation.
For over 100 years, the Bank of Hyman has been committed to serving our community and serving the future of our families, homes, and businesses. With our new convenient online banking, viewing your account balance and history, transferring money, and paying bills has never been easier or more secure. And with the construction of our new headquarters, we've renewed our promise to Hyman to stand by our customers even in troubling economic times, because we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. That's the Bank of Hyman. Log on to www.bankofhyman.com or give us a call at 606-785-3158.
In Eastern Kentucky, being connected to the world has never been easier. With our 100 meg package at only $44.95 a month, you can be sure to always stay connected and up to date. But if that's not fast enough, we offer even faster. With the lamest technology to make sure you're getting the most out of your service. Give us a call today or check out tgtel.com for more information. Thacker Grigsby, bringing the future to Eastern Kentucky.
This is the 4th app. I don't remember any of these passwords.
With so many subscriptions, it can be impossible to keep up.
Who said that?
Don't worry about who I am. Worry about all the money you're losing paying for all these subscriptions.
I have to use like 13 to watch all the shows I want to watch.
Then sign up for TVS. With TVS, you have all your favorite shows with just one bill. So stop throwing away money and throw away those subscriptions.
Magellan, what should we do with all this money we save by switching to TVS?
All right, welcome back. Oh my gosh, this is the first time we took a break while we're actually live from the Bicycle Garage. Everything's crazy. It's madness.
We edited out all the other breaks.
It's midnight mass. It's crazy. Halloween. Spooky. Ooh. All right. Speaking of replays, reruns, and just messing up in general, is a Friday rerun from last week of the KHSAA high school football week that was in week 9 now, is it? All right. Frankenstein. LCC comes alive. Is that scary?
I should be wearing my clown mask in this particular segment. Is when I should be wearing
That's
my
right.
clown mask because
LCC
My bad.
goes to Whitley in a huge district matchup, right? Everybody thought they were dead after Perry Central. They're going to a tough Whitley. They're going in the teeth here. They're going to a tough Whitley, right? It's playoff contention here, and everybody writes off the LCC Cougars. They've got Whitley and Belfry left on the schedule after losing to Perry. They don't have their quarterback. They barely have Q, and they find a way this Halloween season. I'm telling you, straight Frankenstein. We just piece this animal together, and it comes to life. LCC gets it done at Whitley 35-31 with 6 pass attempts. Your thoughts?
Yeah, see now what happens, I don't know if you know, I was talking to my buddy Kyle Magrid, but now what happens is this puts Perry County in a position where they have to win Friday night to get the 2 seed.
Yes.
If they do not win, Letcher gets the 2 seed, even with Letcher taking the loss to them.
I'm not telling E to stop, but we actually, at the very tail end of our show, you'll want to stick around for because we have our Monster Mash of what could potentially happen in that district. We've got each scenario going to play out for you, so you'll want to stick around for it later in the show. But yes,
We all
I
called it
didn't know.
wrong.
I didn't
no,
know if you
it's
knew
huge.
that. Yeah,
Yes,
so-
it's huge. I
but-
actually got where they could potentially go, and you guys are going to freak out on the Monster Mash segment to wrap things up tonight.
And we all called that wrong, right? Letcher County Central?
Yeah,
We were all
yeah.
wrong.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
all
we're
wrong.
all
I
wrong.
didn't expect it. I didn't see it coming.
Your thoughts on it, Dusty?
Oh man, I think it's awesome that everybody showed up and everybody did their job, got it done. Emma Adams made a clutch kick.
Yes.
That was awesome.
Hometown Hero segment coming up also you don't want to miss. We're going to shout out all those LCC Cougars. If you look at the stat sheet,
It literally says Emma Adams huge kick.
if you look at the stat sheet, it's like several different. There's no one outstanding statistic really. I mean, we're going to talk about one player in particular that played extremely well for the Cougars, but you can tell on paper that it took like a just total team effort to get this job done
Awesome.
last Friday night. Hats off to the Cougars, man. Heck of a win. Heck of a win. If I was Pat McAfee in real life, I would actually say the actual H word, but I'm on TBS cable and I'm not. We do not give you the warning before the
What?
show. What? All right. Moving on from Frankenstein to the witches. Who's that witch? Pikeville over Hazard. No shocker there.
No, I fully seen it coming, but like I said, Dan Howard, Max Pelfrey, man, those guys, you stick with it. They're going to have something again at Hazard, but I fully expected this to happen.
Pikeville makes a run.
Yeah, I mean, I think everything about the history shows you Pikeville can make a run whenever they want.
Yep. I agree. And I talked to my good buddy Tyler Farley that coaches at Raceland, and we are full on. It's kind of like the Boyle Corbin, and everybody's circling it. I feel the Raceland Pikeville looming, and I want to go.
Yeah, we got to go to that.
Oh, we got to
We're
go.
going to be live from that game.
We go live, Facebook Live. We're going live from that one. So I see the race on Pikeville looming, and I see the Boyle Corbin looming. We just don't know exactly yet when they may happen, but we actually have a great idea. All right, more on that and the Monster Mash coming up later. All right. Oh, it's midnight for the Wolfman.
Oh.
Oh.
You going to howl?
Oh.
We'll cut that.
The wolf puppy is out. All right. So Corbin, that is the ultimate wolf man, shows itself, reveals itself in the dark moonlight of Corbin Field on last Friday night when they absolutely tear into PCC. And I mentioned this on Sunday in speaking with E, but it wasn't 1,000,000-0, so you wasn't exactly right.
It was close. I think it could have been.
If they stop the clock.
Yeah, if they didn't have a running clock since like the first 2 minutes.
55-0. Thoughts on that one?
When we talked Sunday, same thing. I just don't think Perry played their dudes. I think if Perry played their dudes, it's a little bit closer of a game. I do.
If you're Perry, do you play your dudes?
Why would you though? I mean, we've seen what happened with Letcher County Central, right?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
it seems smart to me. Like it's a different class.
Yeah.
It's just a different class.
Yep. Like, don't play your dudes. Let's ride this out. And now, especially, you roll into this week with a must win, according to the RPI. More on that later. Next, we have, the Wolfman. The Wolfman's out, and he may tear through the KHSAA playoffs. Attack of the Killer Rabbits. I love this one. Briar Jumpers over the Leslie County
Is a briar
Eagles.
jumper a rabbit?
Absolutely.
Oh well.
Did you know that?
Nope. You learn something every day.
Hey, you heard it here first.
I really honestly didn't know what it was.
Suck it, McAfee. You ain't talking about killer rabbits.
Yes. No rabbits in there. He don't know what's dong.
I don't know what the mascot is. Like, what is the costume? A rabbit? Like an Easter bunny?
That'd be kind of cool.
What is it? No shocker there.
no shocker there at all.
Somerset may make a run in Class A.
Yeah. I mean, we've talked about Somerset every show, right? That feels like they're going to do something every week. They do a little bit of something.
Yep, and we'll talk.
Feels like they're pushing forward.
Absolutely. And we'll talk a little bit. I mean, they got 2 losses. One of those is that heartbreaker to Perry to start the season off. We'll also talk about the Leslie County Eagles coming up later.
Eagles.
The Eagles.
Eagles.
They don't wear Kelly green. They wear the maroon. All right. And finally, we have the curse of the black cats. You guys know when the black cat runs out in front of you.
Yeah, I think they get it.
Is that right?
I think they
so.
know. Yeah.
Everybody at home, you
We're
know,
aware.
when the black cat runs out in front of you, it's bad luck. For how many years?
Breaking a mirror, walking under ladders, stuff like that. 7 years, I think.
Did you
I think
guys?
that's a mirror. I think you're getting them crossed. That's a mirror. I think if a black cat walks in front of you, it's just bad luck. I don't think it's like a mirror.
Years?
7 years.
Okay. I was. Thank you. Thank you for
Yeah.
clearing that up.
Got
I'm
you.
also learning. Curse of the Black Cats. Prestonsburg over not. No shocker there.
No shocker there. I think we felt pretty confident.
Not a
we did.
shocker that Prestonsburg beat them.
No,
Yeah.
it's not.
It is not.
It is not. Yeah, that's what I said.
Snot.
It was Prestonsburg over not.
Moving on to our
I see what you did there.
hometown heroes
We got him.
from last Friday. The hometown heroes from last Friday in those games just mentioned in the Friday rerun. Our hometown heroes, our Avengers, I guess you could say, in the Halloween spirit. I don't know. I didn't come
Avengers?
up. I didn't come up with a Halloween thing for this.
It
I
could be
don't-
Avengers, superheroes.
Yeah, superheroes.
That's fine.
From last Friday night. Thank you. Brett Smith is the one that jumps out for me from Ledger Central. He has 8 carries for 145 yards and 2 touchdowns. He also caught a touchdown. So 3 touchdowns for our boy Brett Smith.
Man, like Brett come out of nowhere running the ball like that, I guess, and then like just doing a little bit of everything. And like you said, it's a team effort. Did a little bit of everything.
Got it done. Any shocker that it was Brett that stepped
Nah,
up to the
man,
plate?
Kid's athletic. He's just built for the sport. you
He's
know?
an athlete. He's all over the place,
he's-
yeah.
He's just an athlete, right? Like, get it in his hands. I know he'd been playing defensive back all year and done a great job at
Yeah.
it. And I guess coach just said, the heck with it. We're going to put the ball in his hand, see what he can do. Also, from the Cougars upset over the Wheatley County, I think they're the Colonels. I think.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. Peyton Combs has 14 carries, 117 yards, and he's running it a little bit from that quarterback position, but they're figuring it out here. Coach Logan Johnson's figuring it out in that backfield, mixing it up on who's getting the ball. He has 14 totes for 117. He also threw for a touchdown, stepping up to the plate, Peyton Combs.
Yeah, that's good numbers. I think they're utilizing them the way they should. I think, it kind of reminds you of when Lynn Bowden was
Just
quarterback.
a good physical runner.
Yeah, just good physical, get up and down the field type game. I think he's utilizing.
Any thoughts to add to that about Peyton?
Was the throw from Peyton to Brett?
I want to say yes. The one throw from Peyton was to Brett.
That's what I thought because
And the one throw from Q was to our
Next
next superhero, Keaston Branham, who had the huge 52-yard catch for a touchdown from the one pass I think that Q threw that game.
good kid, superstar pedigree.
Right, the Branhams.
Yeah,
Yeah.
every one of them.
Yep, good athlete, and we're big Keaston fans from basketball, right?
Yeah.
And then I'll let you say the next one because I loved.
You ought to say it because it's a kicker.
I loved it. Yeah, you're right. I love this. I live for this because I am a kicker. I love to kick the ball, and it's a female, and she kicked the heck out of the ball. She kicked the snot out of the ball to win the game, seal the game,
Carry
put
her off
Whitley
the
County
field.
away. Cooper Bailey carries her off the field.
Beautiful.
Emma Toe Adams. You kick it, girl. She got it done. A huge kick to potentially
Ice
seal
it.
this win to
Ice
ice it because Whitley County potentially could have went down and kicked a field goal to win it, but instead they changed quarterbacks and decided to throw a Hail Mary because they got to have 6 no matter what, and then it's picked and the game is done. So big shout out to Emma Adams. I loved hearing that on the radio, man. Just an awesome call on that game. I happened to be listening to 103.9 The Bulldog when they sealed the deal, man, and it was pretty cool.
It's awesome.
Carried her off the field.
You don't get a lot of that in high school, those moments like that, and that was killer.
Awesome. From Breathitt, and I don't know if these stats, Brendan Miller, our buddy from BSN, can correct me if I'm wrong here, but we had Dylan Stacy down for 12 for 12.
Whoa.
Pretty efficient.
Pretty efficient.
Now, speaking of efficiency,
I'm not great at math, but I think that's 100%,
I
Coach.
think that's 100%. And Dylan Stacy, 12 for 12, threw for 210 and threw for 3 touchdowns. And now, we talked about this last week, is like now all of a sudden Breathitt County has it figured out.
Yeah, I knew from the beginning.
As he yawns, like,
Oh, he knew the whole time.
Breathitt got
to
figured
do his
out.
crystal
I will
ball.
say, I am very upset that I have not seen a clip of these guys smack talking Breathitt. When last year I made the mistake and I was little.
said one
Austin
bad
Sperry's
word.
mom, you should be ashamed.
I'm
ashamed.
I said one bad word.
I don't know what you're talking about. But they know I'm a clown.
I picked them to win out. They're going to win this week, too. We'll get to that in a minute. And then Landry Collett, superstar from the Leslie County Eagles, 150
Eagles.
all-purpose yards and 2 touchdowns. And our Lone Star from the Somerset game last Friday night. He's always doing great things. Of course, Bryce Pugh on that team is, too. All right. Man, we're
Cody's is a good nut.
We're
Two
actually
Cody's.
on schedule, guys. Can you believe it? It is a Halloween miracle.
chance.
A Halloween miracle. All right, which takes us to E's prophecies. You know what? We're going to take a second to think about it. We're going to come back after a short break. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, E's prophecies coming up before the whistle, Halloween edition.
When it comes to your family's health care, making the right connection is easy with just a call, click, or visit to one of Mountain Comprehensive Health Corporation's clinics serving Eastern Kentucky and Southwest Virginia. Our providers cover the full spectrum of medicine for the whole family, as well as specialty and support services such as pulmonary, optometry, dentistry, and podiatry, plus on-site labs, x-rays, nutritionist, and more. Call today for an appointment or telehealth visit. Now accepting Virginia Medicaid. Mountain Comprehensive Health Corporation.
For over 100 years, the Bank of Hyman has been committed to serving our community and serving the future of our families, homes, and businesses. With our new convenient online banking, viewing your account balance and history, transferring money, and paying bills has never been easier or more secure. And with the construction of our new headquarters, we've renewed our promise to Hyman to stand by our customers even in troubling economic times, because we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. That's the Bank of Hyman. Log on to www.bankofhyman.com or give us a call at 606-785-3158.
In Eastern Kentucky, being connected to the world has never been easier. With our 100 meg package at only $44.95 a month, you can be sure to always stay connected and up to date. But if that's not fast enough, we offer even faster. With the latest technology to make sure you're getting the most out of your service. Give us a call today or check out tgtel.com for more information. Thacker Grigsby, bringing the future to Eastern Kentucky.
This is the 4th app. I don't remember any of these passwords.
With so many subscriptions, it can be impossible to keep up.
Who said that?
Don't worry about who I am. Worry about all the money you're losing paying for all these subscriptions.
I have to use like 13 to watch all the shows I want to watch.
Then sign up for TVS. With TVS, you have all your favorite shows with just one bill. So stop throwing away money and throw away those subscriptions.
Magellan, what should we do with all this money we save by switching to TVS?
All right. E's prophecies. And we're doing this in a little different order than before. We usually hit you with the primetime preview. We're saving it. Save it. Save the candy.
prophecies.
We're spooky prophecies coming up from E the Mummy prophecies. We've got, it's like bobbing for apples, right? Like we may get one, we may not.
Not a chance.
We're just dunking our head in cold water.
You guys might.
Anyway, Breathitt is at 4-5, and they're now seemingly figured this out. They are at a good Prestonsburg team, Curse of the Black Cats. They're at a good Prestonsburg team at 5-4. Who you got?
I'm taking Breathitt.
Yeah, I bet you are.
Breathitt's got this. Coach Kyle Moore, believe in you.
Hey,
The only time I bleed blue is when it comes time
just-
for Breathitt to play.
I'm just trying to get clipped in a hype video, right? And I can't not take Prestonsburg.
You took Danville last week.
That was tough.
He got four. It was tough. I mean, this Prestonsburg pick might be legitimate, but I'm going Breathitt. The Bobcats. I don't know. I'm really in the Halloween.
Decent.
Was that decent?
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Was it? Thank you. All right. Belfry 6-3. This is a toughie. It's at Letcher County Central just upset Whitley. And I'm not going to give away too much according to the Monster Mash here, but this could potentially be very, very important. Belfry at Letcher, who is 5-4. Who you got?
Man, I ain't betting against Philip Haywood. I got to take Breathitt in this one. I think Letcher's going to compete. It's senior night. And I think it's going to be a closer game than what people expect. But when it comes down to it, Breathitt's got the guys. I mean, we talk about with the Niners, they got dudes. Well,
They win a dude off.
Belfry's got dudes. Man.
Belfry wins a dude
Just like
off.
Pikeville's got dudes. So, I mean, I've got to take Breathitt in this game.
Man, I'll be on the call for this game, right? And so I've been doing my work and reading the stats. You know, they have 5 rushers with over 300 yards rushing. They have 5 dudes
With over how
with
much?
over 300 yards rushing. 5 dudes.
Wow.
Right, and I'm talking and there's significant like 300, like 350, 400, 800. One of them's got 950 or 970, almost 1,000. Like he's gonna hit 1,000 in this game.
So they
But-
have rushed for a crazy
Yeah,
amount
and
of
they don't
yards.
have a ton of passing yards. Like their passing yards are about on par with LCC's.
And I want to let me add this is that I've watched them live for the first game of the year with Belfry at Breathitt, and they put it to Breathitt on the riverbanks to start the season. And I'll be honest with you, it's not that they cannot throw. They can throw.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you
Why
think
would they?
if you think that you can like play up in the box and take advantage of them, like and playing 8 in a box or 9 in a box or 11 in a box, if you feel like you have to, beware, right? Halloween, beware, because they could potentially burn you deep. And I saw them do that to Breathitt.
I think to win, Letcher County Central has to play lights out. Brett Smith has to play lights out, and Gavin Brown has to have a game like he did against.
So it's got to be perfect.
Yeah, they have to
Like-
play
like
pretty
not
flawless, and then it's and then you're gonna win at the buzzer. Right.
It's going to be a close one. Yeah.
That was not my.
So
pick.
who you picking?
Belfry.
You know what?
That's how LCC's.
I'll
would
pick the
win.
Cougs. I'll pick the Cougs. They're at home. I'm assuming it's senior night. I think this is a must win for them. I'm not saying they can match them man for man, but I think on an emotional level,
Well, they showed they can win with just heart, right?
they
I mean,
can win
heart.
with just heart, and this is emotional, and they get another week here to figure this out. And obviously, they found something here with Brett Smith.
Sure.
We talked about the week before they needed to find something, and they found the one thing.
For sure.
So I'm gonna take the Cougars in an upset. Like, why not at this point? If they can beat if they can beat Whitley at Whitley, then what? I'm not sold on
Confidence.
myself.
No, yeah, it wasn't like 100% confidence.
It's a good line, though.
Yeah, it was all right.
Was it good?
Yeah.
I believe in you, Cougars. All right, next. Very important. And boy, oh boy, are you looking at your schedule now and being like, what have I done? Perry 5-4 at Williamsburg.
And you go to the end of the show and watch Monster Mash, and then come back and watch this too.
5-3. Those of you at the home outside of the inside of the coverage area, Williamsburg's outside of the coverage area, wondering what Williamsburg's 3 losses are, since you're so familiar with Perry. Williamsburg's 3 losses: Clay, very good this year; Knox, good this year; and Middlesboro, always traditionally been good the last few years in single A. So those are their 3 losses. And we have Perry, and they are at Williamsburg. I don't know. I'm assuming the Williamsburg bracket is already set. So we're starting to see most of these brackets are set for the first round of the playoffs. How much do you play your dudes? Does Perry get this done at Williamsburg?
Well, I think that it's got to be senior night for Williamsburg, right?
It's got to be.
It's gotta be
it's
senior.
got to
We've
be.
been over that. It's got to
And
be.
so, like, with it being senior night, home game, I'm going to take Williamsburg in a close one. I think Perry competes.
Yeah.
I think it's a really competitive game. But, man, it's tough.
Man,
this
it's
late in the year to win
tough.
on the road.
Williamsburg's tough.
Especially a team you're not familiar with.
Yeah.
Yeah, Williamsburg's is tough. Who you taking?
I mean, I think Williamsburg is. I think it'll be close, like you said, but I think Williamsburg will come out with it. I think it's tough for a team that you don't know, and Williamsburg, I think, is probably a stronger team.
I am shocked that Ethan Cummings did not mention Perry Central's coaching. I am going to take the Commodores because I'm taking all the home teams this week. The Commodores, they get it done.
Hometown guy.
You're going to understand in Monster Mash, these teams are playing for their life. It's like either you win or something really bad is going to happen. And I'm going to tell you what that bad thing is coming up. All right, next we have Hazard. Speaking of Clay County, Hazard is at Clay. Clay's only losses to Bell, Knox, and Rockcastle. Of course, we know Bell's extremely good. Clay is a really good team. Hazard at Clay.
Clay steamrolls them.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think it's close.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think we've all been agreed this just isn't the Bulldogs' year, but it's coming. It's coming. Stick with it. Lastly, we have Eastridge at 4-5, playing for a 500 season. I want to mind you at home, which is important to these football coaches, even if the playoff bracket is set. And they are at Knott County playing for pride here at 2-7. Eastridge at Knott.
I think Eastridge takes it, but in a close one. I think it's at Knott. It's not senior night. And they're going to come out and be very competitive, a lot more than what people expect them to be. But I don't think they have enough to get it done against them.
Boys, I got to have an upset somewhere.
Uh-oh.
Got to have one upset.
He's adjusting the cap.
And it's not this time.
It's not this game.
No, it is this game. It's
Oh,
not
okay.
this time.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's not?
Not over Eastridge. You guys figure it out. I don't
It's
know
not.
Yeah.
It's
pick
time
this.
for the upset, and it's not. All right, which takes us to our primetime preview for tonight's game that you're getting ready to view on TVS Cable and Hometown 24. We have, of course, Eastridge at Knott. It's corn night, Monday night. I think I'm going to take my little girl corn and just
Dude,
get
you
it up.
should. That
Yeah, I think I'm going to.
Got to come back.
Cannot egg Eastridge's. You're supposed to use dry corn.
Toilet paper.
Yep, and toilet paper, maybe. Not eggs, kids. But cannot egg Eastridge's winning season. I think we just answered that. Or at least the potential at 500 for the Eastridge Warriors. I'm gonna say, I've said this all year, and it has to happen at some point. So I'm gonna go with Dusty, and I'm gonna say Knott finds a way to dig deep and gritty, and Eastridge on the road, and Knott gets this done. You're looking at the schedule, and Eastridge's schedule maybe sets them up for this potential upset.
We're hoping for a great game anyway.
Absolutely. You're going to watch a great game here. David and the boys, Devin, Josh, they're all at the game, and you're going to see a great one here on TVS Cable. Who'd you pick? Did you pick Eastridge? Yeah. That's okay.
But I am always right.
He said that's okay.
We need a bad guy. All right. I do want to shout out as we move on to this special Monster Mash. He did the Mash segment. The Monster Mash. Shout out to Preston Shepard. I want to say really quickly, we didn't get the stats in yet from last Friday's game, but he's rushed for over 700 yards this season. More than that now. 12 touchdowns. Plus, he has over 60 tackles on the defensive side of the
Big
ball
numbers.
and 2 interceptions. So good numbers by our man Preston Shepard there at Knott. Also, Shane Gibson, want to give a shout out. Rushed for over 400 yards so far this season and a couple touchdowns. On the defensive side of the ball, they have Taken Dobson over 70 tackles, which is huge.
Lot of helmets,
Still
Coach.
those
Lot of helmets.
lot of helmets in there. And Bryson Average with 67 tackles also in the year. So good players from Knott that could potentially see this through and get this done this Friday night, right?
Athletes.
All right. Can't believe this. We're on time.
The Monster Mash.
And we have a special segment.
It's spooky quiet in here.
It is the Monster Mash. It is the Monster Mash.
Chocula.
But sorry. It's nothing to do with Monster Mash. I was thinking of the Thriller song.
Cereal.
I should have had some music. Can we get some music, David? Can we set some music to
Yeah,
this?
Thriller's playing in the background right now.
There we go. Monster Mash playoff scenarios for Letcher, Whitley, Perry, and this is interesting. But we cannot do the routes to that. I think we can play up to 15 seconds. Is that right?
I don't know.
I think we can play up to 15 seconds, Devin. Monster Mash playoff scenarios for Letcher, Whitley, Perry. Listen to this. If I'm reading this right, and y'all can correct me at home if I'm wrong, and it'll have to be fixed way later because I'm actually not live.
You did the math, though?
Perry is 12th in RPI this week. Stay with me. Do the mathing. Ethan, you do math.
I do math.
Dusty, you do math.
No, thank you.
Perry is 12th in RPI. Letcher, 16th in RPI. Whitley, 17th in RPI. Okay? So, they're right there together. one win, one loss, especially against the teams that all three of those teams are playing this week, could make a huge jump and a huge difference. You could see the fact that all three of them lose, and it could play a difference because it is based on your opponent's record and your opponent's success, right? It could almost potentially help you
We need
still
an app.
if
We
you
need-
lose.
App to keep up with it.
Absolutely. So here's what's on the line. Here's the kicker. The fourth seed. Are you
Of course
ready?
you would mention kicker.
I love kickers. The fourth seed is going to play. Are you ready for this?
Ready.
At Boyle.
Everybody gets blown out. Whoever plays them gets blown out.
You want to talk about scary? I'm scared. I'm not even in this fight. I don't want to go to Boyle. I want to go to Boyle with the grown man team.
Who you think goes to Boyle?
Let's not do it yet. Let's not do it yet. Let's do it. All right. Third seed. Okay. So third seed, you're maybe not as bad off, but you're still pretty bad off. And your third seed will go to Taylor County, who is 7-2. Okay. Not fun. Not Boyle County, not fun though. Yeah. And then your second seed, you get to host a playoff game against Lincoln, who is 4-5. And like I said, somebody can correct me at home if I'm wrong on these, but that's just the way I'm reading it on the KHSAA website for the 4A state playoffs. So, out of those scenarios, and we're looking at our teams, why did I put Whitley as at Whitley? God. Whitley's got a tough matchup. I don't know who it is. Out of those three teams, Perry, Letcher, Whitley, and the little bit that we know about Whitley, and that they drummed Perry, lost, upset by LCC.
Which doesn't make any sense, right? That ruins the whole algorithm because LCC lost to Perry, then LCC beat Whitley.
That's why they're all
and Whitley
tied.
drummed Perry.
That's why they're all virtually tied going into the last week. This is huge. They're tied going into the last week. They've all beat each other, right?
Yeah.
So who ends up here? And you got to think about who they all play and if they win. Now, obviously, if you win, it helps you. But if they all three win, it's like, then what? You know, what if they all three lose?
Opponents matchups.
Then
right?
what? Because then it all boils down to your opponent's matchup. I think it all goes down to your opponents, right?
Yeah,
Like
and
their
if it's a
opponents
tie, it
win
goes by
loss.
points.
So who do you have here? This is amazing. Who do you have as the 4th seed, the 3rd seed, and the 2 seed? Who wants to go first?
We got to stick with our picks, and like if Letcher pulls it off,
If Letcher beats Belfry, we have to assume that they are going to be the 2 seed.
yeah, I mean they should give it to them by default.
Have to. But now that's nothing to take it away with Williamsburg that Perry's playing.
Yeah, and I mean that's how I feel. Right? Is the winner of those is going to get the second, but that whole they're just eating themselves, right?
Yep.
And that's how it ends up. We see that a lot in pros.
Yeah.
You don't see it a lot in high school, but they ate themselves in the division because they're all everybody. I mean,
Good.
Who knows what happened with Whitley? LCC's always scrappy. It
Yep.
seems like, and they can just win whenever. So they could.
Who do you think's the 2 seed?
I think you end up seeing Perry go to Boyd, Whitley go to Taylor, and I think Letcher host
Lincoln.
Letcher will beat Lincoln.
I think so. That's just my opinion because I think with Whitley beating Perry, I think that they'll get the 3 seed if Perry loses. I think Perry's like win and get the 2 or lose and get the 4.
I had on here, I don't have my phone, it's actually recording, but I had on here who Whitley was playing. I'm going to say, I mean, I guess I got to stick with my picks. Like Dusty said, if Letcher beats Belfry, then they have to.
Yeah, by the way you're saying, by your picks, they're going to get the 2nd seed.
They
and play
have to be
Lincoln
the
at
2
home.
seed, and the Commodores would have to be the 3 seed. And then that would put Whitley going to Boyle. But man,
So Perry and Letcher County.
you look at these teams though. I mean, I really don't feel like any 3 of these teams deserves to go to Boyle.
No.
Right? That's
Well,
awful.
and that's why Boyle's going to be like. I mean, Boyle's just going to annihilate whoever they play.
Absolutely.
I wonder how that sets up because if Whitley beat Perry. I feel like if Perry loses, they drop to the 4. They have to win and get to 2. Or
Do they have to win to make the playoffs at all?
No,
No.
I mean, win to get the
all
fourth
three
seed,
of them.
okay.
win
All
to
three
get
of
to 2,
them are.
lose to get to 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the way and that's
Yeah.
why I said Perry goes to Bull. Because I
Yeah.
don't think they win this week.
Yep. If they lose, if Perry, I was sticking with my picks. I picked Perry to win. I picked LCC to win. So I'm assuming that they're going to be the 2 and 3. And that Whitley, man, wouldn't that be heartbreaking as you start out like 6 and 3, you get upset by Letcher, and now all of a sudden you literally in 2 weeks' time went from potentially being the 2 seed hosting a playoff game to being the 4 seed and going to Boyle.
Yeah.
Right? Just wheels off.
Whoever Whitley plays is going to be right here in this corner, and I hate it for them because I think when you get upset by somebody that you're supposed to beat, you usually come back with a vengeance in the next week, right? And Whitley's got that.
Yeah, Whitley definitely
Running
has
hot,
it.
running mad, right?
Yeah,
It's going to be very interesting to see where they fall. I will say
absolutely. But I'm assuming that Whitley is playing at Whitley, so that may help them.
And hopefully we can do a live show from the playoffs somewhere, and we can go back over this.
Let's collectively, on All Hallows Eve, pray for a playoff edition.
If the Sanderson sisters can grant us this show at a playoff game,
That would be amazing. It'd be amazing. Pay the fee, Josh. Just pay the fee. We don't
Pay
care.
us.
We just pay us. Pay the fee. Come on. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, wow. A special edition of Before the Whistle, Halloween edition. Woo! Have y'all been impressed by my bluey pumpkin? That wraps us up tonight, man. We appreciate you joining us all season long.
good show, fellas.
Yeah, great show tonight. Parting words.
I would say catch you next week, but we don't know yet. So we'll see you at some point in time.
We don't know.
He has no idea. All I want is for Winston to make this shot.
Is that it?
That's all I want.
That's your Halloween wish?
and Josh by this show. Give us a basketball show.
This is it. If I make this, we get a playoff show
Phoenix is upset on Golden State.
and a basketball show. Are you ready?
Oh!